Hello everybody and welcome back to our Kansas Gaming. Kansas here, bringing you some more Space Engineers and the Heaven's Gate survival scenario. Alright guys, I have got myself into quite the pickle. Now, despite having pretty much completed the ship, that yellow on the top is solar paneling. I was just temporarily putting them there in the idea of detaching the solar sails on the port and starboard and being able to just maneuver without them. However, there's a problem. Now, before I get to that, if you guys are new to the channel, remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, tap that notification bell and leave us a nice comment below. Now, the problem I see here is I cannot move in any way, shape or form. I press for forward, nothing. Port side, starboard, reverse, up, down. I barely move an inch. So I'm going to have to double the amount of engines I have on this boat just to be able to move. And that's because, one thing I didn't show and I didn't talk about was how heavy this thing is. I mean, I've never got to this sort of value set before, but she's 169.23 kilotons. I mean, this thing's about the weight of a small city. At a guess, of course. Right, so first thing I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking about maybe bringing this engine array up across the side of the back end here. So that's going to take quite a bit of drilling to bring things back. Every time we get to an inventory full, we can just drop it whilst we're on the back end of it like this. Because what I'm thinking is this is probably going to have to sort of come up this way. And then what we're going to have to do is probably take out some of this slope paneling here and then bring it forward and then down just to be able to sort of protect, but I'll sort of work this out as we go along. Because I was thinking maybe something like that. I mean, having it back like that just doesn't look right. It's just like too far back, if you will. Maybe not. Let's have a look. Now, what that does mean is, as you can see, we're going to be exposing sections of the engineering bay. So I think that's just going to be a case of we're going to have to light armor it just to be able to vacuum seal it for when we get round to sorting out the air vents. Oops. I think it's the square square blocks that are filling me up quickly. Filling me up. Interesting choice of words. Makes it sound like I'm hungry. Yeah, because if we have it like that, And it's still going to be... question is how do we do this? I think like this. Otherwise we're going to have a number of other issues as well. Oh, coloration, is wrong. Hey? Oh, from when I was testing, I found that I did need a heck of a lot more engines, but I didn't want to put them in like that. Okay, so tell you what, let's just grab a load of material from there. Hey, I thought I got rid of those two. There we go. Now sorting out the gap in between, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge each time as well, because we're going to want to try and sort of plug it up a little and also add a little extra thrust. So we got that. Okay. Actually, let's drop off the metal grids. And we'll start planning the next row. We're going to have to do this little by little until we can get, well, to begin with, the forward thrust. Now how are we going to do this? Because I'm going to need something to be able to place this on, otherwise it's not going to be in the right position. I suppose let's start with that. We can always add more later on if needs be. And right, because that will add 10 more large grid ion engines and 8 more of the small grid. Now, I'm sure you guys recognised earlier on that I had taken out all of the ships out of the hangar just to make sure I wasn't getting any reactional thrust from them. And I managed to sort out all the engine issues with them anyway in the meantime. Okay. I haven't finished off the assault cannons on the front, nor added anything else on the back end. Now for the moment it's going to take a while, but I am going to also remove all this solar set for now because it didn't come out as I wanted it anyway. So I mean, I was just playing with some ideas while I had church on last night, so now I have gone around the ship. I've removed some stuff that I thought was superfluous. I might be cutting down some of the batteries as well, because I think I've gone too extreme. And I do know batteries do add quite a considerable amount of weight. Hopefully in the meantime, that'll mean the engines are being built up. Did that all fall down the edge? Because I must have blinked at the time. This is incredible. I mean, the amount of effort that I have to go through just to try and get this thing to move again. The only other thing I can think of doing, which does mean that we're going to have to take out a lot of structure, is also the second layer. Because I'm of the opinion now I've probably gone too far the other way. Now, can sort of work when you got like a fixed ground base to have, as you know, all of this industry going on. Oops. You know, all that sort of thing, but I think what I've done is I've got carried away, if you pardon the pun. Now, I'm keeping on the invulnerability at this moment in time because it's just no point in really turning it off. Okay. Now, in this case, this will allow us to do two things. One, check on what's going on here. Still no forward thrust. And secondly, I think that means I've run out of gold. Now where am I in terms of things needing to go this way? Superconductors. Interesting. I've got 1,000 of them. Maybe it's because I've been so busy disassembling stuff, it's doing cleanup duty. Well, let's try this way. Might be able to get out this way. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. What we got? Thruster components. Thruster components. Assembly 1,000. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a recompile, and that will hopefully sort things out. We still need 1 for ores apparently. Okay. Probably, there we go, through the gap there. Okay. Now, as fun as it was to work all of this out, and as cool as it looks to have this entire like multi-story jobby going on, I think this is part of the problem. So, as much as I hate to do this, I think we are going to have to get rid of some of this. I think first things first if we get rid of these assemblers, and then things like these speed modules we can clean up later. I just thought you'd like to see this, you know, because I thought it would prove a point that there is such a thing as too much, as too heavy. I mean, several of you did point out this, and, you know, people I've worked with on projects in games like this before have often said, I build too much. You know, I build too big. So now we've got the big stuff out of the way. And I haven't even finished doing like the deck layouts at the moment. But I think we get rid of most of this weight, because we were doing okay with just the 9 refineries. Sorry, yeah, 9, 10, 9. I'm pretty sure it was 9. Not sure what I'm going to use all this extra space for, though. Alright, so if we get rid of everything, including that knuckle joint, and then oops. So what's that? That's 2 lots of 9. So that's 18 of the assemblers, which should be way more than enough. Yeah, we are aware of the energy problem. Get the correct texture in there. You're serious? After all of that, I don't actually have any interior plate on me. Alright. I still have to sort out all the lighting, which again is going to be another issue that needs to be resolved. Because I'm convinced, as many of you are, that I've got way more lighting than I actually need. Right, so that's great. Nope. That one. Although, mind you, I could have got some of that from that, but oh well. And I've still got that problem there. I don't know why you have to go between the 2 points several times for it to figure out, okay, this is actually where I want it. Without actually having to use the keys to rotate these components. Yeah, I'm not going to bother about the ones on the top. I love how it seems to float in the air, despite the fact having gravity generators. Okay. I mean, it's probably not going to make that much of a difference when it comes to comes to actually the being able to move this flying tank, but I've got to find a way of doing it. Now, one of the things that would help, I think, is I'm going to have to figure out a way of being able to get rid of some of this nickel. Question is should I keep that layer? I mean, I'm leaning towards yes, and maybe having it go across the top of that assembler and then around. Yeah, let's get in a bit of deck plate in there. Get rid of that one there. Problem with that is it's now getting rid of all my other decking. Am I missing a staircase? No, I'm not. I mean, in a way that gives access to all of this on top. That's not a problem, I think. So we've got rid of a ton of weight just by doing that. It's probably not going to be enough, but let's have a look. Oh, looks like we've got some lateral. Or momentarily. But what? Look at that, we've got some forward. But it's not consistent forward. Alright. Let's try something here, because all the gyroscope. Oh, that probably wouldn't help. That's some forward thrust. Okay, there's a sun there. So can we now roll? I'm pressing Q. Right, what did I just collide with? Alright, still very difficult to maneuver. Shit, it's a Hey? I thought I had tons of sheet metal by now. Right, sheet metal. Or steel plate, sorry. Right, so that's almost finished producing that. It's got to disassemble some small tube, make some metal grids. Right, okay. Now, in terms of inventory though, we do need to sort out that. Grab 10 there. What the hell? Sounded like something grinding against us. Alright. Entity list. Okay. That shouldn't be there. Counter ghoul. Trade 1. Mining 2. So nothing in terms of an enemy attack, so... I'm starting to wonder whether these are now more of a hindrance than a help. Alright. I think it's time we get rid of the build repair systems and go back to doing things manually. Ah, crud. Now the only problem with that as well is I now have to go and find all those bits. So or did they all get picked up? No. Let's look at all that. Alright guys, well I'm going to go and pick all of this stuff up. Yeah, I'm going to cheat slightly here to do so. Question is where is the ship? There's the beacon. That's miles away. Is this like all bits and pieces that I've dropped over time? Yeah, because look, that's now 52 kilometers away. This is going to take a while to collect everything. Alright, well let's actually focus on what's important. Alright, none of that is actually important, so let's just remove all of that. So it's cleared up space a little. Okay. Now, where were we? Removing the build and repair systems. Which then means we've got to go back to doing things manually. But I think that's probably a good thing now. Ah, crumbs. Alright. Alright, let's get rid of what we got. Anything we can use here? No, thruster comps. All thrusters. Thrusters. By the looks of it, it's all getting built bit by bit. Okay. Or was, because we're now getting rid of these things. I mean, if necessary, we can always rebuild them inside, because I think that'd probably be a better place to put them. Right, I think that only leaves the one that's on the inside of the ship. No, there's 3. Okay, I've got no idea where 2 of them are. That's a mine layer. That's about... Is that getting closer? Okay. Right, focus. Where are we? Alright, that's 1. Right, well, there's no more down here. Alright, well, we better go and sort that out. We ran right past it. I think I was heading towards the lower decks. Yeah, I need to go down a deck. I need to go down a deck to go down 2 decks. If you will. Yeah, there's one of the bars. Yeah, I can get rid of that. And then I can replace that with that. Is there one on the top? Build and repair 3 is this way. Oh yeah, of course, there was on that one there. Which I'm gonna use light armor. And then 5 like that. At least I assume that's light. Yeah, it's light. Okay. I had the best intention with this, but I think every 2. Trying not to bring up the deck plating while I'm doing it. Alright, there we go. So in effect, a little lighter. Still no thruster components. Probably still dealing with the aftermath of everything else that I've been disassembling. Yeah, look, computers, 76 disassembled construction, the list goes on. Alright guys, now I'm going to manually sort out these remaining engines and see if I can actually get some decent forward thrust out of this. I think next episode we'll work on the other directions as well and see if we can actually get a carrier-like movement out of this. Unfortunately, this is what a lot of this is all about. It's trial and error. You know, you try one thing, it doesn't work, you try something else. And that's what engineering is. And this is why I love this game. Because it allows me to explore how things work. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you next time on Arcangelo Gaming.